Hello, I'm the Reverend Marcella Gillis. I'm the Assistant Rector at Christ and Holy Trinity Episcopal Church in Westport. And I know that we are all already really missing each other, and we're missing being together in our church, in our worship space. So I thought it would be nice to give you guys some ideas about how to create an altar or a prayer space in your own homes. If you were at church a couple of weeks ago, we passed out materials to help you make a Lenten altar for your home. So you might already have a lot of the supplies that you already need. But if, like me, you didn't actually get to take one of those home, I'm going to tell you what you need to do to build one in your own space. So first, there's a couple of different things that you need, and you can add and subtract and adjust however you want and whatever feels good to you, including adding anything that makes you feel closer to God. The first thing you need to do is find a space in your house. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be central. It can be anywhere. It can be a shelf, a windowsill, a table, but find a nice space where things are calm enough where you can go and connect with God. Then you'll need a cloth, any kind of cloth. We gave out purple ones for Lent, but I don't have any purple ones here, so we're just gonna work with what we have. This can be a cloth napkin, it can be a tablecloth, it could be a scarf or a pashmina, whatever works for you. The third thing you need is a cross. And some of us have crosses in our homes and others of us don't. So this is a really easy thing that you can make on your own if you want to, which would be its own fun project. The fourth thing you need is some kind of plant or flowers. If you remember when we're in church together, we always have big, gorgeous, beautiful bunches of flowers up on the altar. And it's nice to have stuff that reminds us of the beauty of God and nature. So if you don't have fresh flowers in your house, or you don't have any around your house, I've seen a couple of daffodils, but we're not really in the season yet to go outside and pick any. You can use any plants that you have in your house. You can make flowers out of paper, whatever works for you. The fifth thing you need is to write down a prayer that you really love and that you'd like to say together with your family or whoever you're with. So this can be the Lord's Prayer, or you can write your own, or you can ask me and I'll give you lots of recommendations. Okay, the sixth thing you need is some sort of object from nature. So something that helps you remember God in creation and God in nature. So this could be something like a seashell, or a rock, or anything that helps connect you with creation and with the earth. And then the last thing you'll need is some water, like a little dish of water. We don't have holy water because we're not together in church and it's not going to be specially blessed, but we definitely need a little bit of water to help remind all of us of our baptism. So take a few minutes and work on collecting some of these things, and I'm going to do the same, and I'll show you what I come up with. All right, welcome to my living room. We're gonna look for a place to build an altar or a prayer space. That little brown table over there looks okay. Maybe we could do it up there on the mantle. There's already a lot of stuff up there. We can do it over here on this pretty cedar chest that just randomly has nothing on it. There's another little table. We could do it here on the coffee table. We definitely won't do it on top of the cat. I think we're gonna go with this. All right, here's the stuff I found to build a prayer space in my living room. I found a really pretty runner that I use sometimes on the dining room table, so I'm gonna use that as the cloth. And then I found a pretty green candle, so we're gonna use that. You can use any kind of candle you can find in your house, including candles that don't have real flames. And if you're a kid, make sure you have an adult before you light any candles. I'm a priest, so I have things like crosses just hanging out in my house. But if you need to make one yourself, that's awesome. I'd love to see a picture of it later. I just picked a little plant that I had that I love for its pretty curly leaves because I don't have any fresh flowers right now. And then I wrote down a prayer that I really like that helps me calm down when I'm feeling stressed or anxious. Okay. And then I have a little dish of water. And then I have some stones that are from one of my favorite lakes in Minnesota, where my mom and dad live. So let's put it all together. There it is, my home prayer space. I'm going to use this and pour the water in this little bowl. When you come to pray, you can dip your fingers in it. It helps remind us of our baptism. Here's a prayer that I'm going to sit and say. Here's a candle that, because I'm a grown-up, I'm going to light. There's my beautiful little plant and my cross. While we're sad that we can't all be together during this time, we're really, really glad that you guys are staying put, staying where you are, keeping yourselves safe, and by doing that, keeping other people safe too. Hopefully having a space in your house to come and pray will be helpful. I know it will for me. I'm gonna use mine in the mornings when I wake up and at night before I go to bed, and probably a couple more times throughout the day when I get a little stressed out or cranky. So you can think about doing that too. The most important thing to remember is that God does not live inside a building. God lives inside of us. So the church is wherever you are, because you are the church. Amen.